Hello everybody. Let's go through next how to make this registration in the assignment monitoring system. You will find a form page embedded in the page of the starting the studies. This is the page where you get the first step information, and I hope that every one of you have first gone through this info day material. Do not progress with this video steps before you have done this info day session, or you have participating that, or you have looked up those videos which will be in this area afterwards. But my idea is that we are using the GitLab in assignment work, and all exercises whatever is done in this course are using heavily GitLab. So we have to collect your basic information, and we are using certain automation processes behind GitLab, and that's why we collect all needed information in a one form page. If you don't see this form page here, it means that your page is not visible. There can be gray box and there is a sad person image in the middle of the box. It means that you haven't been logged in Yamk's Office 364 services. I prefer that you log in first in an email account, for example, so you are authenticated by the Yamk Office system. So then this form page is opening. And what is the meaning of the form page? We are collecting some information from you, which are in a way that we can put them in one place without copy pasting manually. So we are collecting this information from you, and you are making somehow correct information. Of course you are doing the correct information, but we are collecting the information in a way that we really know who is dealing with us. And first steps is that we are asking you some questions, and you have to do and check those backgrounds and make sure that you are really understanding what we are aiming for. Because what is a schedule and objectives of the course, you have to go through those and get inside what is the basic elements. Then you have to fill your name in a correct way what you are using. And then important thing is that if you have and you should have already got the LabraNet GitLab user account. If you don't have this user account, you have to get it from the LabraNet first. You cannot participate in the course without this LabraNet account. My account is here, and as you see, it's in uppercase format. You have to use same format, but your ID is something like X1234. I don't know what, but you know, I expect that. And you use your email address, and it's also in a format, your student ID, studentyamk.fi. So if you look at my email account, it's an official employee address. So next question is just making sure that who is doing what. I expect that you all are feeling this. What is your curriculum currently? So because this is in Finnish, I'm not explaining whatever, but this is the Yamk IT Institute of Information Technology, AMK, and you can use this one, or if you are really coming from other curriculums, then do your selection, but this is just informative. We are trying to use this form in the first run. It can also be a little bit changed though, so do not panic. When you have filled this form steps, first one, second, third and fourth, and email, whatever is needed, then you press submit. And what next happens is that now the automation system takes your information and start up the process which will be building your own exercise environment in the GitLab. And I hope that this works in my example correctly, because I cannot show you what is going to happen in my email box, but you should have an email from the automation system that you are now having new repository in GitLab. Let's see if it's done for me now. But you have to look at your email account or email box and check if there is any messages from the course automation system. I look at my location, what has happened here. Yes, I can see that there is now repository in a GitLab which is built by the automation system for me, and it's in this case HT1 Narsu 13158, and when I click that open, I can find the core repository. It's actually group. I was talking about a project, but I'm talking about a group, and this is core project inside there. So every student will have this same kind of environment, and if you look at this location here, you should see only yourself and your own group, and there you should find your own core repository. If there is none of these visible and you don't find yourself, or any messages is not coming from the email system, it means that you are somehow blocked off the course. You have to make sure that you are really participating the course, you have enrolled in the PEPPI system, you have done already things what is expected from the student who is participating first time in a course. And if you haven't done so, it can be the reason why you don't get inside the system. You can try out, but there is a checkpoints which are not allowing students to come freely from everywhere. It's just people who are accepted to the course are able to make this registration. But this is the basic step to get this registration, and when you have done this registration, you should be now able to see progress page. But remember, it's not there. About 2 or 3 hours can go that this information is done, updated. So if you look at the progress page, you will see your project here someday. I don't know, I'm not sure is it working correctly immediately, but you should find your project here in the list. And what is your project ID here? ID here is same like if you look at your own project here, and you can check what is the project ID. In my case 16546, and when I go this the page, after several hours there will be my project ID also added to this list. So then you can observe what you have been doing lately, and there is a certain time moments, and this data is fetched from the GitLab, so you can look at your progress. But expect that happening after several hours, not immediately. But that's why this registration is done automatically. It will create you this GitLab page. It will also add you to this progress page system, and you are aware of how your project is going. For example, I show one page is this commit counter here is actually same value like this here. So that's the little bit background. But now I will end this session, and I hope that every one of you are able to register correctly and you get your own project up and running, and then you can start from the first exercises, personal task 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and progress one by one. Let's see then in a Zoom sessions and face to face if possible during this spring. Thank you.